Well, hey, be joyful church. It's good to be with you and to dig into 1 Peter with you. We're going to do this verse, chapter 3, verse 7, slowly. It's a hard one. It's like this whole section where he's speaking to husbands and wives, something we need to look at closely. And I would encourage you to spend time on it yourself if you're married or if you're not married and you really want to understand what Peter's trying to say about humility and how we see the authority that we have and the reason that humility is so important to a Christian. But what we need to notice first is the very first word of verse 7 of chapter 3. He says, likewise, husbands, live with your wives in an understanding way, showing honor to the woman as a weaker vessel, since they are heirs with you of the grace of life, so that your prayers may not be hindered. The word likewise. He's used this word several times in his argument in chapter 3 and above. What he's been doing is he's been setting up this model of proof, and he's saying, look, this is the way we behave towards governments. This is the way we behave towards family. This is the way Jesus behaved. This is the way slaves behaved. And he brings it all the way down. Now he's at husbands. He says, if you will be like Jesus, then you will serve your wife in a similar way, in humility. Look out for her needs first and then your own, which is exactly what Jesus was doing when he went to the cross for us. And that's Peter's model. He says, look, ascribe to governments power over you. Allow them the respect and ascribe that to them and obey. And then he says, like slaves, you may be with a master who treats you poorly, but humble yourself even when it's hard. Like a wife whose humble actions winningly pull a non-believing husband towards Jesus. Choose to be courageous in humility. Husbands have all of this instruction coming before what Peter says to them, probably because we need that much proof and encouragement and to be called out in such a way. Men need to hear this. Husbands need to hear this. Choose humility. Ask the Spirit to fill you with it, to help you and guide you in serving your wife and setting yourself aside as second. That is the model that he's been talking about. Likewise. And husbands, likewise, have the courage to be humble and serve your wife in that way. All right, see you next time.